Tuned into the boom room, the livest show in fantasy. Yeah. Welcome to host Walt, Igler, Beat It Fantasy League. Welcome to the boom room, had to get in tune, rocking with the best. Welcome to the boom room, had to get in tune, roster is a mess. Welcome to the boom room, had to get in tune, in it for the checks. Welcome to the boom room, had to get in tune, in it for respect. Few things to address. D5 think he fly, he the
Welcome
Jets.
to week 10 of the Boom Room. What an exciting week. I can't wait to talk about it, so let's talk about it. Up first, Arizona Ron versus Bread Inc. Look, you can take the score down. You can put the camera back on me. Let's have a quick conversation about this game. Y'all ever saw the movie Time to Kill and shit? Where he's like, now imagine if she was white. I'm gonna touch with y'all real quick. So, let's just say I had the best record in the league. Let's just say I was playing, I'm gonna pick a random team. Julian, Jabronis, right? Let's just say Jabronis' first round pick, Christian McCaffrey, was available to play and he didn't play him against me. This league would be losing its fucking shit. It'd be conspiracy theories and all this. So, I say that because Jonathan Taylor, for some reason, wasn't in Arizona Ron's lineup this week. Now, I ain't going to go in too hard because, one, I don't care. Two, I understand Jonathan Taylor didn't play last week, but it was known that he was going to play this week. And he played Patterson, Singletary, and Chase Claypool, who Jonathan Taylor outscored by himself. Man, if that would have happened with two Trinity players, never mind. Let's get back to the highlights. Up next, Machiavellians versus Whipping That Ass. Listen, Whipping That Ass, I know we call him a wizard and all this stuff, but this guy has to be the luck. I got a stat for y'all. I'm going to tease y'all with the analytical. Listen to this stat from Whipping That Ass. He's won 5 games where his opponent has scored less than 110 points. In the 11 games that he's played, in 8 of those, his opponent has scored less than 120 points. Wizard, not so fast. But listen, what can you do? Whipping that ass, congratulations on the victory. Machiavellians, time to regroup. Now on 2, TNT versus Jabronis. This is the type of game that gets the league juices flowing. 2 of the premier franchises. Unfortunately, Jabroni really didn't show up. They had a chance on Monday night, down 60 points. I know what you're thinking, 60 points, but he had his quarterback and his defense. Undefeated Eagles, Jalen Hurts. They got up to a quick start, cut the lead to 40 like that, but unfortunately TNT was just too much. Don't look now, but TNT is tied for the longest current winning streak in the league. Boom. Now on 2, Body Bag versus Negro. Now, if you guys remember a few weeks ago, Negro went to the smack board and said that TNT was making Body Bag a king. So I guess it's safe to say Negro took the knee. It's funny though, because how does the Nuke Hopkins trade make him a king, but the Devontae Adams trade doesn't? But Devontae Adams busted ass, and Nuke Hopkins just was kind of pedestrian. But I digress. Listen, you lost to your king. You said you're both going to the playoffs. Good luck. Now on 2, the Higher Power versus Lincoln Legends. See, when you disrespect the game, you open the door for bad things to happen. And when I say disrespect, it's a lot of teams out there that like to play I'm not going to sign a kicker game. If I'm good enough, I should win by enough where I don't need a kicker. I hate that. Shout out to G5. I don't give him a hard time about that because in my recollection, he the one that started that trend. But to me, it's disrespecting the game. So let's get to the game. Lincoln Legends lost Cooper Kupp. The great Cooper Kupp. Once again, changes everything. So Going into Monday night, Lincoln Legends he needed a kicker. It was the Eagles kicker, Redskins kicker, right? He chose the Eagles kicker. He lost by 15 points. The Eagles kicker had 3 points. The Redskins kicker had 20 points. You do the math at home. Nice job, champ. Look at this. And a rematch of last year's championship. I know it don't mean the same, but the higher power gets the victory, and he puts Lincoln Legends season in peril. Now on 2. The game of the week. Cajinos. G5. We all was waiting to see. Would we get a wager? Would they come up with a bet? No. Listen, this game was very weird. Even though G5 led on the scoreboard for most of the game, it felt like El Cajinos still was in control of the action. And similar to last week, Cajinos had 2 players going on in this case, Sunday night, Austin Eckler and Kittles. He just needed 30 points. You thought this was in the bag. But unfortunately, they only gave him 19. G5 with a nice victory, setting himself up for some good things. Man, I don't know what the bet would have been, but I would love to see one of those guys have to pay up. Hey, listen, I want to take this time off real quick. Y'all catch me giving me a hard time about missing shows this year, and I'll take that. Listen, look, my oldest, she just started high school. My youngest just started kindergarten, man. It's tough out here, baby. I'm still going to try to do better. Now, having said that, let's have a little laugh. Take a look at this picture right here. I believe this is the champ paying up. I think it was a cheesesteak to body bag. Nice shit, body bag. Hey, listen, body bag, man. You've been a good addition to the league, man. You gave this league a little bit of juice we've been missing, man. Shout out to you. Boom. All right, without further ado, y'all know what time it is. Getting analytical. Getting analytical. Getting analytical. Listen, for the first time this season, all playoff teams are defined. Every team in our league with at least 6 wins is a playoff team. The other 5 teams currently on the outside looking in. So let's take a little time and get analytical with all the teams that's still alive. The 11 teams that's still alive. Let's start with the higher power. Right now, the analytics say he has a 23% chance to make the playoffs. His schedule remaining is Negro, Jabronis, G5, and Machiavellians. The big game on his schedule actually is this week against Negro. The analytics say if he can pull this game off against Negro, he goes from 23% to 50% chance to make the playoffs. However, if he loses this game to Negro, he drops down to 9% to make the playoffs. As we said last week, the playoffs started last week for the higher power. Good luck. Now on to Machiavellians. I know you guys want to give me a hard time because I elevated Machiavellians last time we talked about teams. Listen, he earned that spot. Here's what I would say. Right now, the analytics still gives Machiavellians a 60% chance to make the playoffs. Listen to this. His schedule. He has probably the easiest schedule record-wise against the opponents. He has Arizona Ryan this week, Body Bag, Lincoln Legends, and a higher power. He currently has, of his last 4 games, 3 of those teams are currently not playoff teams. And the week when he has a bye with his Tampa Bay, he gets Arizona Ryan. Couldn't ask for a better opponent. Now, having said that, the big game on his schedule is against Body Bag. If he takes care of business against Arizona Ryan this week and he's able to beat Body Bag next week, his odds to make the playoff actually go up to 90%. With a loss to Body Bag, he drops back down to 48%. But for some reason, just like the independent group, the analytics likes this team. Now on to the Jabronis. Right now, analytics gives him a 48% chance to make the playoffs. Believe it or not, the analytics give him a better chance to win his division at 50%. So it's a 48% to get in as a wild card team, but he has a 50% chance to actually win his division. His schedule is whooping that ass, higher power, Bread Inc., and he ends with body bag. The analytics says that it looks like the last game of the season between him and body bag could actually be an elimination game. Analytics is saying he should be whipping that ass and he should be favored against higher power. He takes care of those two, he's in great shape. If he doesn't, hold on, it's going to be a tough landing. Now on 2, the defending champs, the Lincoln Legends. The computer just does not like this team. Right now, analytics gives the defending champs a 12% chance to make the playoffs. This week, he gets Bread Inc., the number 1 seed, followed by TNT, Machiavellians, and Arizona Ryan. Right now, losing Cooper Kupp changes everything dramatically. Cooper Kupp was 1.5 to almost 2 players. We don't think that production can be replaced in this lineup. So analytics really says that this team won't make the playoffs. We'll see. Now on 2, body bag. And analytics gives body bag an 81% chance to make the playoffs. His schedule coming up is Caginos, Machiavellians, TNT, and Jabronis. The analytics says he needs to win 2 of these games to be secure. He catches a break this week, getting Caginos, missing a couple of key players. So the computer thinks that he should win that game, and then between Machiavellians, TNT, and Jabronis, they think he should at least be able to get one of those. Right now, body bag looking like he's in a good position. Now let's go into TNT. Man, where did they come from? Listen, the analytics right now says TNT has a 57% chance to make the playoffs. It says this game this week with G5 is huge. If TNT is able to win this game against G5, his playoff projection jumps all the way to 83%. He has games left against Lincoln Legends, Body Bag, and El Caginos. The computer likes him in a lot of these games. The number's a little bit lower because the other teams are a little higher. We're not going to get into minutia of it, but TNT right now is favorite to make the playoffs. Man, from 2 and 5 the favorite. Woo. Next up, Negro. Negro right now is given a 77% chance to make the playoffs. He's given a 66% chance to actually win his division that he currently doesn't even lead. His schedule right now is the higher power, whooping that ass, El Caginos, and Bread Inc. The computer likes him against the higher power and whipping that ass. That's the reason that he's favored to win the division. The Bread Inc. and the El Caginos gang, right now the computer saying they're toss-ups. However, if Bread Inc. loses one game before that final game, Negro has a chance at the number 1 seed. Man, Negro? Now on 2, G5. Right now, the computer says G5 has a 91% chance to make the playoffs. G5 also has the second best odds to get the best record in the league at 48%. G5 is one of only 2 teams to control his own destiny to getting the best record in the league and the coveted bye. His schedule is TNT, Bread Inc., higher power, whooping that ass. And he catches a huge break. He gets TNT missing their best player. If he's able to take care of business against TNT, then he gets Bread Inc. in the showdown game. Basically, winner will be the number 1 seed. His last 2 games against higher power and whipping that ass, on paper, the computer says he should win easily. So basically, it's a 2-game season to see if G5 can lock up the number 1 seed. Now on 2, El Caginos. Man, you're leaking oil over there. The computer gives El Caginos a 56% chance to make the playoffs, 50% chance to win his division. El Caginos gets Body Bag, Arizona Ryan, Negro, and TNT. That's tough. He doesn't have his horses this week against Body Bag. The Arizona Ryan game, he's favored to win. Here's what I'm going to say about Arizona Ryan. He's going to get somebody. These last 4 games, I don't think he's going to go 0-4. And the question is, who does he get and wreck? And whose season does he wreck? El Cagino's ends with Negro and TNT. He only has a 1-game lead in the division. El Cagino's might be in trouble. Now on 2, whooping that ass. As I told you earlier in the recap, whooping that ass has been living a charmed life. The computer does not like this team at all. The computer gives whooping that ass a 55% chance to make the playoffs and only a 20% chance to win the division that he currently leads. Doesn't like his roster. The injuries down to Goddard that really hurt it. His schedule is Jabronis, Negro, Arizona Ryan, and G5. He's going to be considered an underdog in 3 of those 4 games. But because he's already at 7 wins, 8 is usually the magic number to get you to the playoffs. So that's why that's why the 55% number is there. Big game this week with Jabronis. If whooping that ass could get that, he changes the math entirely. And there's 1 team left, Bread Inc., currently the number 1 seed. The computer gives a 99% chance to make the playoffs. Gives him a 75% chance to end up with the best record. Listen, it's not going to be sweet. He has a 1-game lead on G5. He has a 2-game lead on, I believe, 5 other teams, one of which he still has to play. So listen, this week he gets Lincoln Legend. He has to, listen, when things are going well, you catch breaks. Lincoln Legends right now is beat up. Perfect team for Bread Inc. to be playing. After that, he gets G5, and what sets up is for all the marbles. Winner of that game, as we said earlier, basically controls their destiny for the number 1 seed. He gets Jabronis. That won't be an easy out because Jabronis going to be playing for his playoff life, possibly. Then he ends with Negro. Now, if Bread Inc. drops one of those previous 3 games and Negro wins the next 3, Negro can actually overtake Bread Inc. for the number 1 seed in that scenario. So even though Bread Inc. is in the driver's seat, this course still looks a little rough. Congratulations, all the teams. I hope you this helped out a little bit. I'ma say this. Nah, never mind. I ain't gonna give y'all no help. Listen, I hope y'all enjoyed me getting analytical. Getting analytical. Listen, analytics to the side, man. I'm looking forward to this week's game against G5. It's like I said, it's been a while since we played this late in the season with something on the line. Having said that, let's get to the game of the week. Whooping that ass. Jabronis. This game is huge. Jabronis trying to take his division. Whooping that ass trying to hold on to his. I can't wait to talk about this next week in the Boom Room.
In it for respect, few things to address. G5 think he fly, he the Jets. Always number 1, now opposite is Seth. Put JR in body bag, I must confess. Some owners play checkers, Kajinos play chess. Me, T, and do really like Clay, Dre, and Steph. Don't do too much talking, they still wanna press. The main ones that's talking, they team don't impress.